Welcome to the first power rankings of December. There are no new teams in the top 5, but Dallas passed Carolina as the top 3 is pretty unanimous right now. Even though Colorado is far and away number 1, I do wonder if there's some concern about Dallas given the recent playoff history. Minnesota is also continuing to play well as they haven't lost in regulation in over 11 games. There's also not too much change at the bottom, although I will say this is one of those rare seasons where even the worst teams are still not that bad by the standards of bad teams. Overall, the Predators aren't very good, but they're still pretty competitive in most of the games they play. But the Mammoth have gone on a 4-10-3 run. Their goaltending situation is almost as bad as Edmonton's, and they may be 1 week away from being at the bottom. That's why they dropped the most this week, and the Jets have also fallen a lot, in large part due to Hellebuck's injury. The Red Wings are an extremely hot and cold team, and this past week they've been cold. As much as the Panthers are going to need Tkachuk back ASAP, scoring has surprisingly not been as big of an issue as their goaltending. Most of the teams with the best record this past week were already teams that I had near the top. So the Flyers as the most improved team isn't necessarily as special as other weeks. That's why I included the Stars, Lightning, and Avalanche, as even though these teams are already amongst the best in the league, I feel like they've all taken it up into another gear recently. The Hart Trophy once again looks very similar, and I think if either the Sharks or Blackhawks make it to the playoffs, Celebrini or Bedard may be snagging this award. But the Ted Lindsay Trophy is McKinnon's unless he slows down. Same goes for Makar and the Norris Trophy, although I think this race is getting a little bit tighter. Adam Fox dropped out because he was put on LTIR, which puts his Norris chances in jeopardy. And finally, we have the Vezina Trophy rankings, where all 5 goaltenders are the same as last week. I'll also say Jesper Wallstedt of the Minnesota Wild is close to getting on this list. I just want to see him play a few more games. Let me know your thoughts on everything going on in the NHL right now, and if you would make any changes to these rankings.